Hello, welcome to Ray Files 103. Yep, I remembered. I'm like that, I'm different. Let's see. I just walked through like a plume of smoke or something. Don't really know what it was. And now I am stuck in gridlock. Love that. And I'm a freaking pedestrian. Isn't that crazy? What was... Okay, yeah, alright. I've got a topic that I want to cover today. Because after last episode, someone came up to me and they were like, hey. So they made a comment. So, just offhandedly, in last episode, I said... Alright, here we go. Offhandedly, last episode, I said I don't like listening to music on my walk because it's the same, like, 50 songs or whatever. And I was just, like, making up a number. Now, I don't only listen to, like, 50 songs. Alright. I have no plan, so I'm not really sure how I want to tackle this. But anyway, that's what I said. And, someone came up, well, they didn't come up to me in person, but they came up to me virtually and they were like, hey, I can't believe you only listen to 50 songs. That's unacceptable. I'm going to send you some playlists. Which, first of all, you know, F you. I listen to more than that. And your music taste isn't superior to mine. Actually, mine is the best for me. Just saying. But second of all, like, sure, that's great. I'd love to hear your music recommendations because I'm always looking for new music. Now, my whole deal, I will say, my music tastes are extremely unusual and very finicky. So it's not really easy for me to find music, and you can send as many playlists as you want to me. I will listen to it, but I cannot guarantee that I will like it, and I probably won't, just because my music taste is like that. I mean, I'm sure I'll find some things in there that I like, but let me try to explain my music tastes, because they are weird. I mean, I know what I'm about. My music tastes are extremely weird. Okay, so here's the weird thing about me. I will listen to any genre, and I'll like it. But that doesn't mean that I'll like any song. It just means that songs from any genre sometimes, for whatever reasons, pique my interest. And I don't really, well, I'll try and fine-tune it more. So, I'm a musician, as many of you watching know, but if you didn't know that, now you do. And I'm not like, I'm not a music elitist. I mean, I think anyone can enjoy any type of music, whether it's pop or classical or whatever. Like, I don't care what you listen to. If you like it, then that's good for you. I used to be a music elitist. That's a little bit of a non sequitur. But I realized that it was stupid, and why would I care what anyone else's tastes are, you know? So I stopped caring. But anyway, so I'm a musician, and just the kind of musician, I'm a singer also. And the kind of musician that I am is I really like music theory, and I pay attention to it a lot. And I can read music and all that jazz. So, also growing up, I was in two choirs. One was a symphonic chorus slash, you know, like a regular secular chorus. And I was in another one that was a vocal jazz chorus. So I'm familiar, and I grew up singing jazz. Which also, you know, so I like jazz a little bit, but that doesn't mean that it's favorited or anything. But So I pay attention to music theory, and I've taken a couple music theory courses in college and in high school and middle school, and I've been in choir since 7th grade. So, you learn a lot about music theory just going to choir. I mean, if you pay attention. If you don't pay attention and you're just doing it for credit, then you won't learn. But I was doing it because I love doing it, so I actively sought to learn different things. And I've taken private voice lessons, all sorts of things. And just in my own personal time, I like watching like YouTube videos about music theory. And so I engage with music at a sophisticated level very often, very frequently. So when I listen to music just casually, I have a hard time, oh, watch out for the bird carcass. I have a hard time separating that. And it's not like I try to. I mean, that's just how I like listening to music. I like engaging with music in a way. Hold on, I'll wait 1 second there. It's quite loud. I don't know if you can hear me. Actually, the one episode that I cut short because of how loud it was, I was watching it and it wasn't even that loud on the recording. That noise like deafened me for a long, like 20 minutes afterwards. It was ridiculously loud. I have no clue why it didn't come through. I mean, I'm happy for you, my listener. But anyway, so maybe that wasn't that loud, but it was pretty loud right there for me. What in the world was I talking about? Music something. So yeah, so when I listen to music, I engage with it like I listen to music that I'm singing or that I'm studying. I just pay very close attention to it. And I don't really listen to the words. I mean, some songs I'll listen to the words for when I first hear them, but that's pretty rare. And most of the time, I have to figure out that I like a song before I listen to any of the words. And then when I listen to the words, I'm like, wow, this song has like some really deep messages, and that's really cool. And I didn't know that. I wish I knew it sooner, but there's not really anything I could do. I just don't pay attention to the words like that. And I've tried, but I just can't. And it just sounds like it sounds like the notes that the singers are singing and not like lyrics, if that makes any sense. I don't know if you people, I don't know if you viewers, my filers, are like that. I think it's pretty uncommon, but I don't know. So anyway, it's really hard for me to find new music that I enjoy. And a lot of times, and like even a song that has a single part in it that really makes my brain go, oh yeah, I liked how that part went. Even if it's only like 3 seconds long of a musical little gesture, I will listen to a whole song. My God, why is it so loud today? I will listen to a whole song for a 3-second musical gesture. Even if the song is 7 minutes. It does not matter to me. Because the build-up is worth it for that payoff. But a lot of times, newer songs, like pop music, will find a really neat musical gesture, go, this is awesome, this is like crack to my ears, I'm gonna shove that right in the chorus and play it in the first 30 seconds of starting the song. And then when that happens, I listen to it and I'm like, oh wow, that's a really cool music gesture. And then I could never listen to the song again because I'm like, all right, they're overdoing the music gesture. It's annoying to me instead of being really cool now. Which is something that happens not just with pop music, but for anything. Like any song that just repeats something too much gets stale to me and I stop being interested. Which is also why I listen to new music all the time, and I really don't want to listen to my music I don't want to listen to my music every day because I know it'll get stale, and I already run through music so quickly that I would just run out of music all the time. So that's kind of my deal with music. And I know that was a lot, and I'm sure I didn't cover everything. And you can come back to me, you can scream at me, you can slap my wrists, like I don't care. Just yeah. And also send me music. Like I will listen to it, I'll try it. If I like it or not, I don't know. And it just kind of changes all the time based on whatever. So who knows? All right, let's bring it to the editorial section. I've got one in mind. My editorial for today is don't be a music elitist. It's pretty simple. But it's also a trap that a lot of, especially people who have studied music a lot, and they understand, they're like, oh, pop music is just 4 chords, you know, over and over and over again. That's not hard to make. And just because it's not first of all, it probably is hard to make. Maybe not as hard as like a perfectly theory crafted, you know, Chopin piece. But like Fantasy Impromptu, which doesn't actually resolve the chord until like the last bit, and then your like brain melts. But it is like perfectly stylized to be these 4 chords that create the little dopamine rush of hitting consonants and dissonance to make your brain happy. And it does. Like, I mean, I groove to pop music. Like when I go to a party and I go, hey, you play pop music, or, you know, play your music, and it's pop music and I don't know any of them, I can usually figure out how to sing along by the second verse, which is always one of my favorite things to do. And it's just fun. And then I never listen to it again, but that's fine, because like I get the dopamine rush from the chords resolving, and that's all I really need at that moment. But if it's just like me trying to listen to music to feel good, I wouldn't listen to it, because that's just me. Or maybe I, like, while I'm at the party, there's one song that's like, wow, that's really good, and then I'll listen to it later, you know. Whatever, I'll add it to my really long playlist that's got like, you know, 400 songs. Not as long as some people I know. It's got like 400 songs, and then I won't actively choose to listen to it, and I just hope that it comes on random at some point, and then when it does, I go, oh my god, I love this song, and then it's a great experience. So, yes, I was in my editorial, wasn't I? So, as far as my editorial was going, don't be a music elitist. I mean, even if you know a lot of theory, just because something isn't necessarily difficult to understand doesn't mean it's bad. And pop musicians are really talented singers, but also like they make a groove. It has to be engaging to listen to. Like you can't just be like, oh yeah, 4 chords, bing bang bong boom, song, everyone likes it. It's like, no way. They have to craft it, and it has to sound original, which is a little bit harder even. Well, not necessarily, but it could be harder to make an original song using only 4 chord progressions, whereas, you know, classical music can use whatever it wants using different theory and whatever, and key changes. So, anyway, I hope you all have a good time. Good week ahead of you. Hopefully I'll post this on Monday, but it might be a Wednesday, who knows. And I'll see you next time.